Hey, what's up, guys? This is Netta from Inner Peace with Netta, and I have a channel message for y'all today. But before I do the channel message, I want to tell you guys I love you. I'm praying for humanity, and just know that everything is happening the way it's supposed to. And choose love over fear, because fear and worry stops everything. It makes everything stagnant, and everything that you fear will come true. You know, if you build up that momentum. I don't care what sacred text you read, you know, whatever religious, whatever spiritual, esoteric, metaphysics, even cognitive, you know, psychological, reprogramming your mindset, coaching, counseling. Even in school, they tell you to uplift. You know, stop worrying. Focus on what you want. You know, in sports, you don't go to your coach and be like, oh, we're gonna lose, and then no, you have to have that attitude like, I'm going to win. You know, this is what it is. I know I'm going to win. You know, so don't have like a Debbie Downer attitude, or you know, I know being in the unknown, it can be very fearful because you don't know, but I can only say is look at it as a clean slate. Now, I know people thinking about what am I going to do for my bills and my mortgage and my car note and all that. Everything is paused and frozen and stopped. So why worry about something that you can't control right now? And we are the people. We have the power. So whatever happens after this, and the government and whatever politicians and state and federal, you know, all the local governments, we are the people. We have the power. So whatever shenanigans or whatever happens, and I'm not going to even say shenanigans, but say if anything does happen like that, we are the people and we can change that. You know, this is a time for us to make the change that we want to see, and it first starts with us, and that is me included. So choose love and know that the divine always has your back. And I know that a lot of times it's like, you know, well, how do you know? And it's just like you got to have faith and believe and go within. Spirit is within you, you know. Spirit is not an external force outside of you that you just lose all common sense and just like, okay, I'll just wait. No, Spirit lives through you. So Spirit is within you. Divine is within you. So you have to be in alignment, and right now is definitely the time that we can be in alignment, and we could go within and we could do our inner work, me included, and we unplug and whatever that we wanted to do. I mean, people have lost their jobs. If you didn't want to be there, that's better for you. Now you can plan. Okay, what is your next step? What do you really want to do? Now you could take time to find yourself, find your voice, find that inner purpose, right? Because everyone, most people are not working right now. Everyone is worried about their bills. But this also teaches us how to prepare, you know, for next time. Not even next time, but just prepare. You know, whether we need to be better with our finances, better with our health, better with spending time with ourselves and our family, treating ourselves better, treating other people better, our family, everyone, our friends. But I truly believe that this is just a regeneration. This is just a rebirth. And we need to assist one another and be kinder and forgive one another and be more loving to one another. And that starts with you. You know, we have to give that to ourselves so that we can exude that to other people. But with the channel message that I got today, right? they said the divine is not mad at anyone. You know, this is not you all been bad and it's horrible things. No, you know, everyone is not living up to their potentials. You know, everyone is not operating from their higher self. A lot of us is operating from our egos. And the ego consciousness is about to get swiped off. We're going to a higher level of consciousness, which is a higher self, our divine consciousness, our Christ consciousness, right? And having that inner knowing, whatever we want, you know, we ask, we shall receive. But you have to have that knowing and believe. But whatever you're asking for and you want, do know it has to be for the highest good of yourself and for others. Like you can't, well, you can, but we're now in a space to where you're not just trying to acquire things just to have things and fill up a hole that you're trying to fulfill that's within. Now is the time where we have to do the inner work and do shadow work as well. And create our wholeness within. And shadow work is facing your fears. Facing your fears, everything. Sitting in your own stuff. And realizing you are accountable 1000% for your life. It does not matter what is going on outside of you. You are accountable for you. And not even most likely, but everything that happens outside of us is within us because we create our reality from within. So if your life is not how you want it to be, you need to go within and dig and see, why is these insecurities coming up? Why am I attracting these certain relationships? What is this relationship, this friendship, this romantic partnership, this family member that I may be clashing with? What are they trying to teach me? What is the lesson that I am trying to learn? And we have to learn to accept ourselves, flaws and all, strengths and weaknesses, and know that there is more to us than just our flesh, and we are spirit. But also us being spiritual beings, having a human experience, this earthly realm, this humanness, is also our spiritual playground. It's our spiritual ground to grow, you know? So it's a balance, but we need to honor our spiritual selves as well. And our higher self see us in a higher light, and we can operate from our hearts instead of our egos and our minds. And this is where the self-mastery and the spiritual development, where you master your physical and you master your emotions and you master your mental. And it's a process because everyone's path is not the same. The only thing that I truly suggest and feel that everything would be the same and benefits for everyone is if we love unconditionally ourselves and others, have compassion, kindness, and most of all forgiveness, because we all have done some things. And to you, it may not have been that serious, but to that other person, it may have affected them to a point to where, you know, it really crushed and hurt them. And then they have to go through what was you trying to teach them, and vice versa. We are all here to teach each other lessons. And then we have to learn these lessons, or either we repeat them. And that's the karma of it. And you don't want to be in that. So we have to choose love, clear our heart, clear all that negative energy, all, you know. And I believe that when people hear like, oh, just, you know, it's about love and being positive. Being positive does not mean you're blind to people who have malice or resentment, or who don't mean you no good. You still have discernment. But just because they mean you no good don't mean that you fill up your heart with hate or malice or any maliciousness. No, you have discernment and you respect yourself. And this is where self-respect comes from. And self-love and knowing your value and your worth. Because, yeah, that person or people can be and say all types of things about you or whatever, but that has everything to do with them, right? So, but you don't carry that. And it took me a long time to understand that, because I used to be like, to Spirit, like, why all these people that I do not rock with, why they be trying to come up into my life like, hey, like, how you doing? Like, we best friends. Nah, I forgive you, but we not reconciling. And Spirit is like, but you still feel some type of way. That's why you have that attitude. You don't have to reconcile, but your attitude. Like, my face was thinking everything, like, your attitude. And then I was like, oh, okay, now I understand. You know, I had to really learn the lesson. What is this person trying to teach me? And, like, look at every aspect and, you know, look at what I've done. And I was like, yeah, I could see that. You know, I forgive them, but it's like, are you still carrying a little something? And a lot of times people be like, yeah, I forgive them, but they still carrying something. It's just like, and I know sometimes, you know, people say it takes time. But if you really shift your consciousness, if you really just shift your mind, like, you know what, I ain't going to carry that. Because it's all energy. Our emotions are energy. Our thoughts and our actions is energy. So even if you carry and lose something, you may attract that type of person again. Because it's in your energy field. You know, we have 7 auric layers in our body. So it's going to be in your energy field. And like I was saying before, divine God is not mad at us. Ain't nobody like going to hell and we're burning and the earth is being destroyed. No, it's being rebirthed. And Mother Nature is breathing. You know, the animals are able to come out and be free. You know, we need to just do things differently. We need to be the solution, because we are a lot of the problems. We are the problem. We created all of these problems. Human projection, our minds, our thoughts, our emotions, our actions create our reality. So we got all these projections out there, all these different realities. And I'm not saying anything is wrong or right, but all the problems we created. We creating these. So now we need to be the solution for all of humanity, these animals as well. We can't just be like, oh, they're just animals. No, we have dominion over them. We got to take care of them. You want to eat them, if that's what you do, then you take care of them. You know, it's going in your body, that's energy. The plants, our food, you know, we have to take care of it. If we want to be nourished and take care of ourselves, you know, we have to take care of one another. Take care of ourselves, take care of one another, being respectful. And we don't always agree on everything, and we're not. And that's fine, but we can agree to disagree and come to a common ground and be assertive in the way that we speak to each other, and not passive aggressive or aggressive, and be diplomatic and see where we can change and fix things. But also, you know, honor and respect one another. And we need outlets. Everything is not pounding the pavement, work, all this competition with one another. I mean, I definitely understand competition in sports and things like that, or, you know, different challenges or awards and stuff like that. But the true accomplishment in a competition is you and you bettering yourself. That inner accomplishment. And I speak about this on my podcast, where I had to learn to have the internal achievements and acknowledge myself. And that's something I consistently and I constantly work on. And I have to put up like affirmations and stuff around my house to know that when I don't feel my best self, I can look at affirmation or, you know, look at something that I wrote and know like, hey, this is what you're doing this for, you know, and this is your why, and it's uplifting your spirit, you know, and I just got stuck just now. Just uplifting your spirit and just knowing that you are your only competition and that you don't have to compete with nobody. Only you can do what you came here to do and to fulfill your purpose. And we're not all here to do just one thing. And that's what I have to learn about myself too. Like, there's plenty of other things. And, you know, that we can do. And I kept saying to myself in my purpose, and I kept saying to the divine, like, God, what do you want me to do? And Spirit is like, what do you like to do? What is your passion? What do you truly love to do? And what makes your heart flutter? What makes Netta happy? And I'm like, okay, well, I could do this and this, but how am I going, you know? And I kept putting limits on myself. Like, I had to, you know, the jar can't see the label, you know? If you in the jar, you can't see the label. So I had to take myself out the jar. Throw the jar away. Out the maze, you know, and know that I am limitless, knowing that I know this, you know, and just following my intuition. I have my spirit guides that I channel in spirit, that I channel in my ascended masters, and we are in that time now, which we've been in that time. Everyone has a spirit guide. Yes, and the masters, Jesus, Buddha, they're always here. God is always with you. But you have to align with divine. You don't separate. And I think that's another thing that's going to be really prominent after all of this. Like, you don't, the divine is here. It's love. God is love. So, when you love yourself and you loving others, first, divine is going to love you anyway. But stop doing things thinking that God would accept you more or the divine will accept you more. Because, no, the divine accepts you how you are. But the divine wants you to live from your heart and do things from your heart. Not to show off and be like, oh, yeah, I did this, and I donated to this charity, and I gave this to this person. That's not what it is. If you like to do music, do music. That uplifts you. That puts you in a trance to where you in your zone, and you can make music that uplifts people, make people dance, then do it. I love to write. So now I'm working on a new project to write, but I also like to talk. So I have to equate everything and do something that's for my higher self and the higher self of humanity. And that's what we're here to do. We're not here to do what society tells us to do. Be who you are. It doesn't matter what your sex is, what your race, your religious background, spiritual background, creed, what your sexual orientation. That does not matter. That does not matter at all. Do not allow society to tell you any of that matters, because it does not. Not at all. People will judge you because they judge themselves and they don't understand. And guess what? That's where that self-love and that self-worth and that value has to come in, and you gotta be grounded in that foundation. And don't emulate those people who judge you. Just be you. You are that singer, artist, bass player, guitar player, athlete. Then you just have to be. And you have to change, and you have to grow and do the personal development, which is also a process, but it's all within here. Divine consciousness is in here, but it's in here. You know, change from just thinking here to in your heart and using your intuition. So, you know, just choose love and know that everything is going to be all right. So, you're at home with your family, spend that time, but also try something different, try something new, work out, try a new schedule, get your children on the schedule, try meditation, pray, write, whatever you need to do. Maybe you have a book in you, you know, maybe you want to create a board game. Like, I'm just making stuff up, but it's just so many things that we can do. Maybe you want to do public speaking. Maybe you want to become a coach, a doctor, a dancer, a gymnast. Like, it's all possible, you know. And we just need to do more, you know, to help one another and uplift one another. And just stop doing things for show, because it's not cute. Like, after a while, there's no internal achievement, and you're going to feel horrible after a while. I'm so serious. You're not going to feel good about yourself. You know, if you're not doing something that's not dear to your heart, then please don't do it. Do not work a job. Don't chase money. Let money chase you. And know that you are an abundant person. Abundance starts within you. Prosperity starts within you. You know. So, there's no need for us to worry right now. Everybody just be safe. You know, stay abreast of the news, but please do not program your mind with the news right now and a lot of the projected fear. And spend time home. Home. I know we're home, but spend time here and do your inner work and have fun. Have fun. Explore more. So, I basically said everything in the channel message because I automatic write. So, I automatic write, and automatic writing is writing where your spirit guide or spirit, the divine, or higher vibrational spirit, which all my spirits I work with, or should I say my spirit guides and spirit, the divine, now is high vibrational. And as I write out a question, do my meditation or my prayer, and write a question, and then I get the answer. And the first time, I was just journaling. Like, this was like 2 to 3 years ago. And, you know, one day I just was looking over my journal because I'm running out of journal books, right? And I'm like, did I just respond to my own question? Because when, you know, back then when I was journaling, I used to journal, have like, you know, music playing in the background, or either I was in my zone. And I'm like, did I just like answer my own question? And then when I seen, like, I was automatic writing. It was nothing that I was trying. I didn't know what the hell I was doing. Like, I don't think I even heard about automatic writing. And then I started researching, and then started doing it more, and then learning how to channel. So, but what I wrote through my automatic writing, what I got through my automatic writing, is things are changing for the better. and tell them they hold the key within. They are powerful and can make a shift if they choose. They can love or fear, and tell them the benefits of love and how it raises your vibration. And everyone is okay. So if you choose love, you raise your vibration anyway. When you choose fear, that's lower vibration. That's low vibration. Nobody wants to be on a lower vibration, and that's lack, scarcity. Love is abundance, prosperity. You just having everything you need and that you want for your highest good in that moment. And with love, you have to be in the moment, just moment to moment, and being present. You know, that's where you will see your growth, and you will feel more. You will honor all of your senses, your 5 senses and your 6 senses. You will experience more. I really can't explain it, because I wasn't really a person that was really present, but my spirit guides was like, nah, you have to be present. You're all in the spiritual realm. You need to come down. You need to be present in your life. So, yeah, I basically took the whole thing. Well, yeah, don't worry. Like, everything is good. You know, I know people pass, but just know that that was their soul's task. Like, that's the way that they were supposed to go, you know? And that's it. That is it. And everyone just take it easy. Don't think about nothing you can't control, you know? And if you're feeling anxiety or any type of depression, just know that because we're all connected in the energy, it's this whole human consciousness, this whole divine one consciousness, us as a whole, humanity, that energy. And me as an empath, I feel it up and down, my emotions, and up and down. And it's just like, you know what, just breathe and find an outlet. Find an outlet. Just know that it may not be exactly, you know, you're feeling all your emotions. We're feeling everything as a whole. So, if you do feel anxiety or depression, breathe. Focus on your breath, and that means that you're not present. When you're in a depression state, that means you're stuck in the past. That means you need to be present. When you feel a thought or anger or just that negative thought, which is habitual in depression, ask yourself, where am I? Right in that moment. Because if you're in the past, it's like, okay, I awaken like, okay, I'm home in my bed or sitting on my couch, or I'm talking to somebody, and you're about to like have a reaction instead of a response. And anxiety, that means you're in the future when you need to be in the present. I get this from Eckhart Tolle, right? In your present, you created your past. In your present, you create your future. So today will be a past. Tomorrow. Today was yesterday's future. So whatever we do today, we're preparing for the future. And when we get to tomorrow, which is the future, which you shouldn't be worrying about tomorrow, you should be worrying about what you have to do today. Not even worrying, just focus on what you need to do today. That's your future. So just focus on the present. And I know it's it's called self-discipline, which it's it's not a bad thing at all, because when you have discipline, you make that choice and that decision to do what you said that you want to do, and you conquer it, and you become the game changer, you know, in your life. So you need discipline in your spiritual practice, in your personal development. You need discipline in life, period. But it's not about being hard on yourself. It's about having that compassion and that love, and know where your strengths and your weaknesses are, and then know, of course, enhance your strengths, but work on your weaknesses as well, one by one, and don't overwhelm yourself. So, yes, this is the video for today. I should call this Quarantine Chronicles. But yeah, I love you guys. Peace.